Yo, what's up? This is Gary A. Swaby, and you're now watching or listening to episode 97 of the Co-op podcast on thecoalition.com. And I'm here with two very special people. Firstly, we got editor-in-chief Richard Bailey Jr. What's up, Rich?
What's up, guys? What's up, listeners and viewers? I didn't know I was a special person, so I feel very good right now.
Yeah, you're very special, man. You're editor-in-chief. We take direction from you on the site and everything, so of course you're special. And the other very special person we've got is Mr. David Jagno, who's been MIA for like the past few months. I thought he was my best friend, but apparently he's not now because I never hear from him anymore. So what's up, David? Where have you been, man? What's up?
Oh wow, you're gonna make this personal, put me on blast here. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. No, yeah, I've been good. I'm glad to be on co-op again. I haven't been on probably in about a year or more. I just been busy. I moved and I got a new job and working and I'm engaged now, so just not a whole lot of free time. But maybe if the co-op's on weekends now, I can be on it some more.
Oh,
Yeah, just to let everyone know, the date for the co-op has changed because our schedules have changed now, so it's more convenient for us to do this on a weekend. Unfortunately, some people couldn't make it today, like Charles. Michael A, I'm not sure where he is right now, but he might hop in soon. And hopefully, as the weeks go on, we'll get more people back on the show and everything. Now that it's on weekends, you probably won't actually get to hear or watch this until Monday though, because we're gonna aim to post it on Mondays, first thing Monday. So yeah, new schedule and everything leading up to episode 100. We're still gonna try and make episode 100 special. In the meantime, definitely check out Throwdown episode 100 because that was pretty dope. Rich was on there, Hip Hop Gamer was on there, Torrance Davis, Riku Sun, Brian, Emilio, Tony, all these guys that I respect on one show. So definitely check that out. It's on the site right now. And yeah, we'll try and make episode 100 of the co-op just as special as that was. So yeah, look out for that. So we're gonna get right into what we've been playing. Um, Richard, I'm gonna let you go first. What have you been playing this week?
oh man, yeah, that was very quick. You said, yeah, let this guy go first. Okay. So what I've been playing is I have been playing Sunset Overdrive. I have a review that's on the website right now. I have to say this game is excellent, fantastic, more than what I can say I scored it for because I had a few issues with the game pertaining to some of the repetitiveness of the missions, the mission structure. Um, but overall, it was an awesome game. Insomniac has delivered. I saw the game getting good reviews everywhere, and is justified. All those reviews are justified. This was a game where when I first saw it, I didn't know what to expect. So I was pleasantly surprised to see just how fun and charming it was. It has everything that you could want in an Insomniac game. They got crazy weapons. They have a very, very awesome way that they write the game as well because a lot of the game, it breaks the fourth wall. So they acknowledge that it's a game all the time, every time. Characters will say stuff like if they, like I remember I had a conversation with one character and they was talking about, well, we need to be careful not to get killed by these bad guys, and then the main character says, "Oh, well, that's okay, because I'll just reanimate. I'll come right back to where I'm at. I'll be totally fine." And that's what happens. So, I mean, but it's an awesome game. Would I say it's a game that you should buy an Xbox One for? Well, I don't know about that because I feel like it is a game where it's great among other games on the platform. I don't feel as though you need to buy an Xbox One specifically for this game, though, because it's a great game. It's good for now. Will it last long? Maybe not. But if you're going to buy a Xbox One for one game in particular, hands down, Forza Horizon 2, because that game, and I say this not being a heavy racing fan. After playing that game, though, I was like, it's great. There's so much content for you to consume in that game as well. It's fun. The atmosphere is awesome. And of course, it's way better than another racing game that is out right now. I'm not going to mention that. You guys know what it is. But yeah, overall, though, Sunset Overdrive is awesome. I have
All right. I have a question then.
Sure.
So I've seen some gameplay, and I've actually played a little bit at a friend's house. And my question is, I'm a huge fan of Infamous, so I loved playing it. The gameplay was super fun. But do the jokes and all the fourth wall breaking and all of that stuff, does that get old? Because it seems like it's the same joke over and over, and it can get kind of annoying that they just keep trying to be funny. So do you think that gets old after a while?
Some of that can get old. Yes, some of it does to a degree. The main thing about the Respawn animation jokes that's in there countless times. And it's like, the game just keeps on acknowledging that it is a game where, everything, the sound effects, all this other stuff. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it's a brand of humor that I don't know if everybody is going to really like the game. That was another reason why I can't really say that I would have scored it higher, because while the jokes are funny and the characters are funny, everything is charming, I don't think that everybody will particularly like this brand of humor. I loved it, but that's just me. That's my personal opinion. But thinking about it in terms of a standpoint of everyone that wants this game, they need to know some of the jokes, It's all right. It's okay. As I'm sure you played, you know that they have different factions, and those factions are almost like kind of stereotypical versions of different types of groups. I really like how they handled that, though. That was funny. It's comical. You have a group that dress up as medieval characters. Thought that was hilarious. So it's a lot of interesting stuff in there. But yeah, the jokes, some of the stuff is a little, touch and go, but still entertaining. It's still funny. It's always funny. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so is that all you've been playing, pretty much?
That's the gist of what I've been playing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing for this week.
Alright, cool. I'll get mine out the way real quick and then move over to David. I've been playing Dragon Age 2 just because, I want to play through that whole thing again. Here's what happened. I played Origins, on PC and everything because I'm going to get Inquisition on PC, so I wanted to have a save. Even though there's going to be Dragon Age Keep, which lets you build all your choices, without playing the games and stuff, I still wanted to go through and play them again just to remind myself of, why the game's so great. And I got so engrossed, people don't understand, man, that game, the lore, the story is just, so engrossing. So, I played through Dragon Age Origins, played through Dragon Age 2, and I actually already beat it again and everything, but I'm playing through again, just because it's that absorbing for me. And I'm even reading the books and stuff as well because there's a lot of Dragon Age books, and the world that they created for these games, man, is just so interesting to me. I find it so interesting. That's it makes me do a lot of research, makes me read the books and everything. I truly believe it's one of the best written gaming stories, out there at the moment. So people definitely need to, if you haven't tried Dragon Age yet. I know sometimes the gameplay can be, a bit, the graphics are dated and the gameplay is, fairly dated. And Dragon Age 2 is a huge step back as well in terms of customization and stuff. But still, I think the games are worth trying out. But it's your choice. You can hop into Inquisitions, it looks like, and not have any prior knowledge of the story, and probably still enjoy it. So, hopefully, a lot more people get into the Dragon Age experience, and also I think that this game will definitely redeem BioWare's reputation. I think it's going to be that good. So, yeah, high expectations from me. Also today I played some share play. I tried the feature out for the first time on the PS4, but I'll talk about that a bit more in a little while because I actually tried it out with David Jacknall. So David, I mean, what have you been playing recently?
Yeah, for me, it's been a lot of different stuff. Just trying to play bits and pieces of stuff as I have time. A lot of Guild Wars 2. I've been playing that, especially because of the new Halloween stuff that they have in the game. That's been really fun. I have been playing a little bit of World of Warcraft as well. One of my coworkers got me into the game. She wanted me to play it with her, and there's a recruit a friend process in that game where you can play with a friend and they get bonuses and stuff like that. And I'll be doing some articles about that game for MMORPG.com as a result of that. And so, I mean, that's been fun. I still prefer Guild Wars 2 personally, but it's a good game. I understand why it's the biggest MMO in the world right now. Then, other than that, on the PS4 side, been playing Lords of the Fallen. My review will be up for that in just a couple more days. Destiny, Madden, Shadows of Mordor. I've been just playing lots of different stuff. Evil Within, I got that as well. It's funny because I'm sure you're going to start experiencing this too, Gary. Now that you're working full time, you have the money to buy the games you want, but you don't have the time to play them.
Yeah.
So it's a frustrating situation. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of different stuff, just staying busy and playing when I can.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, I mentioned it already. We played share play today. We tried it out for the first time.
Man, it was awesome.
Yeah, I have to say I was impressed. Like, I mean, obviously I've heard about SharePlay before. I've heard about what it can do, how it works, and everything. But experiencing it is something completely different. Like, it was so much fun. Shouts to Joe Killer, because he was in there with us and everything. And basically we set up a party and I mean only two people can be in a share play at a time. So like basically the person who's hosting and one other person can be playing the game together, sort of thing. So Joe Killer, he was basically on the sidelines while we tried out UFC. It was the first game that we actually got to play, and I haven't played this game before, but I got to play it through David's PS4 basically, and it was really fun. I mean, at first there was like a 1 second delay or something, and I thought maybe that would throw the game off. I wouldn't be able to. It would give David an advantage over me or something. But he beat me the first time. He whooped my ass because I didn't even know how to play the game anyway. But we played a second match and I actually won. So that shows that the slight delay isn't an issue because I was actually able to win a match. So and the whole thing, it was just fun the entire time. We had lots of fun. I mean, Joe Killer, he can hear us talking and everything. We can talk to him while we're playing and stuff. The only thing they need to add is like a spectator mode, so then Joe Killer could watch us or something. But we did switch up the games, and Joe Killer got to play some stuff. He got to play Lords of the Fallen from David's machine, and I believe he let David play Last of Us as well on his. And,
Wow.
Yeah, that brings up an interesting point too that I want to mention. That it was kind of cool how. So there's two basic modes. The one me and Gary did is where you can have someone play a multiplayer game with you even if they don't have the game. So it was like he was sitting next to me and he picked up another controller and just started playing with me. But the other thing you can do is you can swap the controller back and forth. So with Joe Killa, what I did is I booted up Lords of the Fallen. I let him play for a little bit. Then if he had a question on how to do something, he could give the controller back to me, and I could show him how to do it, and then I could give it back to him, and you could just take turns watching each other play. And then he put on Last of Us, which he hadn't played in a long time because he was playing it on hardcore or whatever mode it was, and he was stuck on a boss. And he was like, I haven't got past this boss. I've been trying to get past it for a couple weeks, and I stopped playing the game. So me and him took turns. We took 5 or 6 turns going back and forth, and I eventually beat it for him. And so I got past the boss on his game, so now he can keep playing the game further because of share play.
Yeah. So share play, man. it's revolutionary, man. Like it helps people save time. Like you won't be stuck on that same boss for 6 months anymore. Like you can have your friend come along and beat it for you. So
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't sound as great as it is whenever you actually see it in action, because there's no lag or anything. Like, whenever we were playing Last of Us, it was just a matter of hitting the PlayStation button, hitting give controller back, and it was instantaneous. Like, there was no loading. It was like he was sitting right there, and I just handed it to him. So, I mean, it worked perfectly. I, I was really surprised. I did not expect it to work that well. The only bad thing is you cannot stream at the same time. That would be really cool if you could do that, but you can't stream at the same time right now.
yeah, yeah, that's a shame. And yeah, man. I mean, it was lots of fun. I mean, I played NBA 2K for the first
Oh,
time, and I tried the NBA Live demo too. I've got to play them back to back, and I clearly see the difference now. 2K. Yeah, and he actually wanted me to ask you, Rich, what you thought of NBA Live, because he wanted to hear your opinion.
well, what's up, Joe Killer? If you're listening to this or watching, I actually requested NBA Live, and I got an email back saying, well, unfortunately, we do not have any more copies, but we will be in contact. So I figure they saved themselves the trouble of sending me the game because they know I would trash it if I. Yes. I don't know. The thing is, I didn't even bother with the demo because I was like, no. I wanted to see the game for itself. But I've heard nothing but horrible things about the game. Yeah, and I believe that too because they didn't really push this game. There wasn't really nobody talking about it when they should have been talking about it. But now you see now you see the difference between NBA 2K. That's a whole nother level compared to this other game.
Oh,
So you see now. So I don't have to say too much about that.
definitely. Yeah, so everyone, if you got a PS4, you need to try out that share play feature, man, because it's fun as hell. Like, I know on paper and just hearing about it might not be that exciting, but when you actually experience it with friends, it's fun as hell, man. So
Yeah, it's because especially the biggest thing for me is so many people talk about how they miss split screen multiplayer, or they miss being able to have friends over to play a game. But so many people like us, the coalition, all of us are around the world. We can't go over to each other's house and hang out and play a game.
Yep.
So stuff like this is crazy because like you were saying, Gary, whenever a new RPG comes out, like, whenever a new Elder Scrolls or Fallout comes out, or, a JRPG, one of us could be playing it and we could just take turns and just hang out and play the game together. It's crazy that it works like that. I think it's pretty revolutionary, personally. And I think they really need to play this feature up because it's unlike anything I've ever experienced.
yeah, and obviously there's a limitation that you can only play for an hour. Like one session goes for an hour. Phone's ringing. Oh, it's Rich. I guess he's got a booty call or something, but yeah. Yeah, there's a limitation because each session lasts an hour, and after that you have to basically reconnect the share play or whatever. You have to reset it or whatever. But
Yeah, but that's nothing. You pause the game, hit the go back to the menu and just start it back up.
yeah, that's nothing. Like, people are trying to make it a big deal, but you can live with that. Like, it's not that hard. Like, considering what the feature does, like it's just amazing that it's happening in the first place. To be honest with you, like
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and another limitation is you cannot earn trophies if you're playing on someone else's game. So that's a bit of a downside, but it makes sense. You don't own the game, so you shouldn't be able to earn the trophies.
yeah, that's fair. To be honest,
Yeah.
yeah. But there were some issues with this 2.0 update. I'm hearing. You said yourself that the rest mode or something doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah, for me, because you're not supposed to unplug the PS4 when it's in rest mode, because it's still on, and you could possibly damage some of the content on your system. But the way the 2.0 update has it is whenever you put it in rest mode, it won't turn back on. So I hit the power button on my controller, I hit the power button on the system, it won't come out of rest mode. And so the only way to turn it back on is to unplug it and plug it back in, which can, damage it. So not everyone is having that issue. Are you having that problem?
I haven't tried it yet.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not
See,
sure.
I always put it in rest mode personally because I plug my controllers in when I'm done, and I just let them charge, and that's what I always do. So it's kind of frustrating for me, but I mean I haven't had any large issues happen because of it. So.
Okay. And also, of course, the Evolve Alpha was delayed on PS4 because of 2.0. I'm not sure why that is exactly, but did you guys hear about it? And do you know any specifics on
I know they're not missing much.
that?
Yeah. It was delayed because they realized that it's not worth it. Here's the thing: the game is not bad. I played it on Xbox One. I'm actually writing something up about this now, but I have played the game. It's not a bad game, but it is a game where it will have a very, very low shelf life. I mean, it's not the playability. It just doesn't seem like it's that much content in it. And I already fell for this with Titanfall because I was hyped for Titanfall. So after playing this, I'm like, okay, so this is another Titanfall where it's going to be hyped up, but there ain't going to be that much content, which I'm very disappointed for. Maybe if this was Left 4 Dead 3 instead of this game, maybe I'll be more excited because I enjoyed Left 4 Dead 2. But it's not, so I don't know what to say about this.
All right, so I have a question real quick then about Titanfall.
Yes.
So you said you were disappointed in Titanfall?
I'm saying after I got a chance to play it for, a little bit of time, I was like, I wasn't disappointed. I'm just saying I was disappointed in the amount of, or the lack of content, rather.
Okay. I was about to say, you gave the game an 85.
No. Here's the thing. I stand by the game as far as it being. It was fun. It's a fun game to play. However, that content, I don't like for it. In many ways, it feel like that was a game that was rushed to retail because then they added a whole bunch of stuff after the fact with these patch updates and stuff like that. I don't like for that to be what the case is. They need to rush the game. They could have added other stuff, especially for a game that doesn't have a story mode. That was the main reason why I was like, come on now. They should have had a lot of stuff in there from the jump. If that's what the situation was, because they had more time to work on just the multiplayer. But they milked it. The maps, all the other stuff. So I wasn't happy about how they handled it. It was a fun game, though. So I stand by the score, but if I could go back in time and maybe give it an update, well, yeah, they get some points deducted because of how they treated the game after the fact.
Yeah.
This game, though, it feels the exact same thing. It's going to be hyped up because it's a new IP, but it does not. I just don't see the content. I don't see the content. And mind you, for those that will complain after listening to what I said, I played as the monster, yes. Because, a lot of people are like, well, you need to play as the monster because that changes the experience. I played as all the characters in the monster. Still wasn't impressed. So, there you have it. Yes.
I wasn't impressed with what I played either. But, yeah, I only played one match, so I don't know if I can judge it yet. But, yeah, I wasn't impressed at all.
Well, perhaps if it was a $60... maybe you wouldn't be impressed. I don't think it's worth the full price that it's going to be.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. It's literally half a game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really don't like that they're doing. Not only are developers charging this full price for half a game, but they're also doubling the price of season passes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just doesn't make any damn sense. And digital games should not cost the same as physical games either. It's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this, but PC gaming, man, You guys need to get down, man. PC gaming is the way.
You hate to say that with bullshit. You're sitting there waiting to say that.
Yeah, he was waiting for that one.
I agree. I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. Oh yeah, Halloween sale on Steam right now. You can pick up games for $2-3. Witcher 2 is like $2 right now.
Wow.
All right, so let's get into our actual topics for this week. So the first one, I really don't know too much about this game anyway, but I know it's been in development for a long, long time. But Prey 2 is now officially cancelled. So do any of you guys know about this game and what?
Yeah. I know a little bit about it. It's the game, the original Prey was kind of a cult classic. It was a very underrated game. A lot of people loved it, and it didn't really get much praise critically. One of the big things about the game is its star is a Native American in the first Prey, and that was a big theme, and it was kind of not something that people really saw that often. And it had really cool, unique gameplay. And the second one was supposed to be, what I've seen of it, it kind of reminds me of like a mixture of Dishonored and, other first-person kind of stealthy-ish assassin-type games. I don't really know too much about the second one and what happened. I just know that it's been in development for almost a decade. So, yeah. That could be a bit of an overestimate. It might be it might be less than that, but I know it's been in development for a long time, and no one had heard anything about it for the past year or two, and now I guess it's canceled. So.
Yeah, I heard it was about a decade or so. So that's a long time.
Yeah.
Rich, do you know anything about it, or do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, what I know about it is that it would appear as though the creative team behind the game, they got some spiritual counseling and decided that no, we do not need to drop this game because it has been too long since it had a chance to come out. I mean, I don't know the full story of what happened with the development process. If this was one of those games where it was supposed to come out with a particular studio in mind, but that studio had issues. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, I wasn't really into that series, so yeah, I guess it is what it is at this point. 10 years, though, is a long time. So, yeah, they need to hang it up after that anyway.
Yeah. And, I mean, let's just hope that we don't hear about a cancellation for a certain other game that's been in development for a long time.
What game is that?
The Last Guardian.
No, that will be that game is finished. If it's not at that Sony, it's a wrap. It needs. Yeah.
That game's still around, man. They've had so many opportunities to say that it's dead, and they won't do it. That to me, that means that there's still some hope going on. It's still in development.
Well, I know one thing. That better be coming out for PlayStation 4. No PlayStation 3. Now it needs to come out for PlayStation 4 because it will be the second year of the PS4 by the time you maybe hear something else, unless it's not at the Sony event in Vegas.
Well, speaking of, that's a good segue right there.
Yeah, great segue. Thanks to David for doing my job for me, though.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so PlayStation, is it PlayStation Experience or PlayStation Access? I can't remember which one.
Experience,
yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So they're having an event in December in Vegas. Naughty Dog's gonna be there. Anyone can go to the event as well. You can purchase a pass and go to the event and everything. So, and this is how long after VGX?
That's a very good question.
I think
it's a week later, I think.
Is it a week?
I think so, because the event's on the 6th and 7th.
Yeah, I don't know what VGX is.
Oh, wait. No, it's the day after. December 5th is VGX.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. After. So, I mean, people people are thinking that Sony are going to save some, some of their big announcements for their own show and, not have a presence at VGX or not so much. So, I mean, would you guys think of this event and what could possibly come out of it? David, I'll go to you first. What do you think?
I didn't even know this event existed until a couple days ago when Rich told me over Kick. He messaged me about it, and it's awesome. I didn't even realize until I read up on it that there isn't a PlayStation focused community event right now. Like I didn't even it didn't even hit me that didn't exist yet. So I think it's awesome. I think it's definitely something good. It's cool that it's open to the public, and passes aren't that expensive. $50 for a day or 90 for 2 days. That's pretty reasonable by convention or community event standards. So, it's in Vegas too, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, Vegas.
And I mean, the list of stuff that's going to be there, it's like a mini E3 almost. I mean, that the stuff they have there is pretty crazy. They got Bloodborne, Naughty Dog's supposed to be there. They have Mortal Kombat, Dying Light, The Order. I mean, those are some big games. So I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Okay, Rich. I mean, you guys are thinking of going, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, I most certainly am very, very intrigued with going because it's a weekend as well. It's a Vegas weekend. Saturday and Sunday is when it's supposed to go down. But to answer your question specifically, I don't think this will prevent them from holding back with VGX. They may have something planned for VGX. On top of having stuff planned for this too, because
especially because VGX is televised, so.
Oh yeah, and they know that this is an event that not everybody's going to be able to go to because of the timing of the event. A lot of people will probably have to do holiday shopping and therefore may not be able to afford to get a ticket to go there. So they are going to show some stuff at VGX, but they are going to have stuff for those that go directly to this event, stuff that you will not be able to see on some of the streams that are going to be going up. So I do think, I mean, what I have been hearing specifically is that there is going to be a major announcement about a third-party title that they are going to have, that will have first on their system. I don't know what that title is going to be, but I have heard it's going to make a lot of people angry, the same way people were angry about Tomb Raider. So I'm very intrigued to see what that is, because I don't know what it is.
I know what the announcement is. They stole Tomb Raider back.
Microsoft. Oh no, they can't do that. They got Infamous. I mean, to say not Infamous. They got Uncharted next holiday season, so they'll be fine with that. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for it. I'm definitely going to try to go to it because that is an excellent opportunity to meet more of the developers and, of course, do a lot more networking. So that's the reason why I want to go to it.
Okay, so I mean, whatever happens in Vegas, will that stay in Vegas?
Well, no, because I'm gonna come back here and talk about whatever I see there. That's a guarantee. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there will be any. You will have to sign any any forms that say you can't talk about.
Probably not, and it's a public event, so.
Yeah, it's a public event. I gotta be honest though, I'm not expecting to see a lot of stuff for Uncharted, but I do expect maybe a new trailer, more details about because the game is supposed to be out by this time next year, so there got to be something for it that they got planned.
Yeah, I expect to see some like a short gameplay video or something like that.
Yeah, that's the next thing they can do, show gameplay. Like, if they show anything less than gameplay, like, people aren't going to care as much at this point, because really need
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so moving on to the next topic, Microsoft have slashed their prices for the Xbox One this holiday. So I believe the cheapest price you can get one is for $350, but I believe there's other bundles and stuff. Like, there's a number of different bundles. I mean, firstly, I want to say that they've been slashing the prices for that console over here for months. Like it's been insane. Some of the deals that I've seen, like they were selling it for £300. Like, the latest one I saw was that you could get a flat screen HD TV and an Xbox One for like I can't remember the price. I think it was £399.
Mm.
Now that's
Wow.
basically that's like getting the console free and just paying for the TV or vice versa or something. Like that's just insane. I think that was Tesco who did that deal. But
So how many are you gonna buy?
zero.
Oh, whoa, oh, ouch, whoa.
I mean, I've got other stuff to spend money on right now, and I'm sad to say that an Xbox One isn't at the top of my list. So,
It will be next year. Yes.
hopefully they'll show something that make me want to get one, but we'll see. But how do you guys feel about that?
I'll let David go first.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea. You got to do what you got to do to get your console in the hands of gamers, and there's no lie that you can't deny the fact that Microsoft is losing right now. I mean, the PS4 is outselling it. So cutting the price ahead of Thanksgiving before Black Friday is good. Maybe people will go ahead and buy some now before even bigger sales happen. Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome. I'll be getting one eventually. I'll need to get one just to review stuff, but I'm not dying to have one or anything. Sunset Overdrive looks fun, but it's like Rich said, it's not a console seller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's only really one game I want to play on Xbox One this year.
What?
That's Master Chief. Like that's the
Oh
only
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, as a person that never really got into Halo, that has a lot of value to me because I have not played through any of them. I've tried them all, but I never finished any of the campaigns. So that's pretty huge to me. I would get that if I got an Xbox One.
hmm Now, Richard Bailey, you already have an Xbox One, but how do you feel about the deal? Would you be willing to buy the console for somebody else who doesn't have one? Perhaps?
That's a very good question. Well, that would have to be a very, very special person in my life for me to say, let me go ahead and buy you an Xbox One.
According to what Gary said earlier, this podcast is full of special people.
Oh yeah, he's right. He's right. Very valid point. We shall see. What I will say is this. That was an excellent move by Microsoft. Here's the thing. Microsoft, and we have to be honest, Microsoft, obviously they did not have a good start to when they decided to drop the Xbox One. As someone who purchased the console at launch, I absolutely have no complaints. And you want to know the reason why? Because when I bought my Xbox One, I bought that mostly off of trade-ins. Now, if I spent $500 out of pocket, I will be pissed now. But I'm like, no, I didn't even spend $300. So this is good. This is excellent. Well, I will say this. In all seriousness, this is an excellent move by Microsoft. I'm glad that Phil Spencer helped to move this along because they need to show people that they are providing an excellent value. And quite frankly, I have to say this. I already know people will attack me in the comments, but it has to be said. The lineup they have of exclusives this fall, very, very good. That Halo Master Collection will move a lot of Xbox Ones. I could guarantee that for a fact. They got Forza, and they also have Sunset Overdrive. They also have Ori and the Blind Forest, another game that people were talking about at E3.
I have a question. Do you guys think they're going to announce a Master Chief Collection bundle?
Oh, you know what? I can answer that question. No, they will not. They probably should have done that but from what I understand, I know Phil Spencer had an interview. He said that he wanted to have Sunset Overdrive have a bundle because that was a new title. They wanted to try and do something different because they thought the Halo, it would be too obvious. But with that said, you already know they're going to have a bundle next year for Halo 5 because they have to. That is a major game for them. But no, they won't have a bundle, unfortunately. The Call of Duty bundle is a hell of a deal because it's a 1 terabyte drive, even though we already know it will not be 1 terabyte because their software takes up a lot of space on the hard drive. But still, it's a good deal because you will be getting the game for you will be getting it for about $400 because they have the price cut on that as well. So the fact that they did all the bundles was a very smart decision on their part. And I think they're going to have I believe they're going to have a very, very good holiday season because they don't really have too many other titles they're competing with. You know, both systems, mind you, have a lot of third-party titles. So as far as the holiday exclusives, Xbox One is on point. But, of course, PlayStation 4, as soon as 2015 starts, they got a lot of titles. And I don't see what Microsoft is going to have to compete against them yet. So, you know, even though Sony may not necessarily have an excellent holiday season as far as exclusives are concerned, they definitely going to be kicking ass at the beginning of next year. But we'll see. This is Microsoft's chance to catch up.
Yeah, and they definitely got a good chance, you know, of catching up well, maybe not catching up, but they could actually win this holiday season, you know.
Yeah.
Good luck to Microsoft on that front. I'm sure they'll do really well. So yeah, I mean, moving on. I mean, it's November now. The holiday season, you know, is starting to kick off. You guys have Thanksgiving in a few weeks' time and stuff. So I mean, like, you know, November's a big month for gamers. It's gonna make a lot of people broke. I'm already broke, so you know, I'm missing out on a lot of games, you know, until I get paid and stuff. But what are you guys gonna be buying in November? You know, I mean, I'll start off like there's only one game I'm really looking forward to.
Call of Duty.
Nah, no Call of Duty.
That Day Zero edition.
Nope.
Yeah, that's it.
No, not at all. It's Dragon Age Inquisition, of course. I mean, there are other games too that I want to play, like Assassin's Creed, Unity, and Rogue. And Call of Duty, I definitely want to check it out too. You know, I'm not even gonna front. But you know, Dragon Age Inquisition, that's like the #1 game I want this month, and you know, that's the one that gets priority. Like, if I only had enough to spend on one game, that's gonna be it. So yeah, I mean, what about you guys? Which games are you gonna buy this month? I'll start off with Rich.
Oh man, that's interesting. Well, actually, David, you go first because I got quite a bit to say.
Okay, yeah. The only game, you know, similar to Gary that I really intend to purchase, you know, within the month of November is probably Call of Duty, or not, sorry, Dragon Age.
Surprising.
Yeah, it's probably Dragon Age. I don't even know if I'm going to buy that on launch day, just because I feel like it would be a waste of money because I don't have the time to really play it at the moment. So I might as well wait and see if the price goes down sometime soon. But I do intend to get that game very soon. Other games this month that I am really looking forward to, definitely Grand Theft Auto 5. I didn't play that game a whole lot on PS3. I didn't play online hardly at all. I never finished the campaign. So I'm looking to get that game again, especially because there's a lot of new content. And, you know, I have a lot more friends on PS4 now because a lot of the friends I had that had 360s have PS4s now, and they'll be getting that game. And so I have a lot more people to play with, and I definitely think I'm going to be getting that pretty soon after it comes out. You know, other than that, there's not really anything for me that really stands out this year. There's Super Smash Bros. Wii U. I don't have a Wii U yet, but you know I'll be getting that once I get one. Far Cry 4. That game seems to have kind of almost gone unnoticed. You know, it's coming out in just a few weeks, and no one's really talking about it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this for me personally, this is probably one of the least exciting gaming seasons I've experienced in a while, just because there's not a whole lot that really sticks out for me. But yeah, so Dragon Age and GTA are pretty much the only two big ones.
Okay, that's interesting. What about you, Rich?
Yeah, very interesting stuff that he mentioned. Okay. Well, obviously, let me just say this. There's a couple of games that I'm going to get that I know I'm going to get. Not necessarily saying that I want to get them, but I'm going to have to get them only because I'm going to get Call of Duty because I heard a lot of things about the story. The people who are working on it this time is supposed to be a lot different. Yet, hold on a second.
Oh.
I wonder if anyone could count the number of times someone has said, "I'm going to get Call of Duty this year because I heard it's going to be a lot different."
Okay, sorry about that. Yes, no, because seriously, the people working on Call of Duty, this is the same people who made the first Dead Space. So from that fact alone, I want to see what they're going to do with the story that hasn't been done before. I'm not saying that now, mind you, when I started this out, I said games that I know I'm going to get. I didn't necessarily say that I want to get them. This is a game that I'm going to get, not because I want it, but because I'm very intrigued by it. Dragon Age Inquisition, strangely enough, a game that I absolutely know nothing about except for the trailers that I've seen. I didn't play the first one. There is no way in hell I'll ever play the second one, but I'll try this game out because it's interesting. Far Cry 4, this is a game that I'm very much looking forward to because, again, this is another game where it looks like it's interesting. I enjoyed 3 a lot, by the way. This is like 3, but it's a little bit more things in it to, do, I guess. And it's a different setting, of course. But, of course, now, the games that I am going to enjoy the most, without a doubt, I will enjoy Halo because I did all the research, seeing what they changed as far as what the games that are included in this, plus the fact that there's a beta for Halo 5 multiplayer in the package as well. Oh yes, I'm going to enjoy that for sure.
Yeah, that was a good move.
That was a very good move for them. Aside from that, trying to think of what else. I'll admit this. I had a lot of jokes about the Wii U ever since it came out. Even though I have jokes about it, I respect what Nintendo is doing, but I do not believe that I will be getting that system anytime soon. Smash Brothers is going to be awesome, but man, I just can't bring myself to make that decision. Let me get a Wii U. I probably couldn't live with myself if I did that afterwards. So no.
Now, as far as the Wii U is concerned, I'll continue to say the same thing I've been saying for the past 3 or 4 years, is that I'll get one when a new Zelda comes out.
There you go.
And that's what almost everyone I know says. And as soon as that new Zelda drops, they're going to sell millions of new consoles because tons of people are going to buy it for that game.
Yeah. That's true. But lastly, no, you're right about that. That Zelda's a big deal. But lastly, the last of the few games I look forward to, I will be getting Grand Theft Auto 5 for the very same reason that you're getting it, because I didn't get into the other one quite as much because there was a lot going on last year when that game came out.
Yeah.
For me, it was anyway. I had a lot of things going on health-wise, so I'm good now, though. But yes, I will be getting that. And of course, I have to mention this because you guys may not have heard this or know of this. Telltale's Game of Thrones games is coming out. It's coming out this holiday season. They didn't give a date yet, but they already said it will start this holiday season. I want to get that. I have to get that because a lot of people kept talking about how excellent it is. So yeah, that's at the top of the list as well. But aside from that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I agree. When that Game of Thrones comes out, day one, like I don't care if I'm broke, I'm gonna like hustle my way like to get that game. I'm gonna go out on the streets and do something to get that game. So yeah, definitely. I hope that comes out soon. In November too. Actually, I want it to come out in December actually, because like there's not much coming out in December, so more time to enjoy it in December. So I hope it comes out December. But yeah, some good picks from you guys there. GTA, I keep forgetting GTA is coming out, and I really want to get that too.
Yeah.
More so for the online because I do want to play the story again at some point, but I did beat it last year, and I don't feel inclined to play the story through again right now. But I'm sure at some point I want to play it again.
You know, and I want to go back to something real quick. I think GTA is a game that will be fun as hell to use share play for.
Oh yeah.
It will be so fun, you know, especially just, you know, not even just people that don't have it, but, you know, just passing the controller back and forth and doing crazy shit. You know, it would just be fun to hang out and play that game together.
Yeah, I mean, single player or online, I think that's like the perfect game for share play. Like people can just mess around and stuff. Like, yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's gonna be a stacked month, man. Hopefully I can keep up. I know there's gonna be a lot of games that I'm gonna miss out on and have to get, you know, next month or the month after or whatever. And you know, I'm gonna see people talking about it on Twitter and, you know, on Skype and everything, and I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Which game is that gonna be?
Just, you know, stuff like Assassin's Creed and, you know.
Oh, I forgot to mention that.
All those games. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm getting that game. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you're right.
I have never been excited for an Assassin's Creed. So I know nothing about these two though. Maybe I'll see something that intrigues me, but so far I'm good.
Yeah, I pretty much have an idea of which games I think will be the game of the year contenders already. I don't know if that game will be on that list, but yeah, I can't wait till we have that discussion.
Yeah, you know what game I still need to get to? Shadow of Mordor, man. Because I'm broke right now.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, you need to get that. That's an absolute must.
I'm dying to play that game, but I'm so broke.
Yeah, I mean, I am a self-proclaimed Assassin's Creed hater, and I still like that game a lot.
Yeah, I actually, because I went to the London Comic Con, I got to mess around with it there because they had it there, and from what I played, it was really fun. So.
It's great. I like it a lot.
Yeah, man. So that's all the main topics we have. But to end the show off, YouTube actually got 60 frames per second, you know, on the viewing now. Did any of you guys get to try that out, like watching stuff in 60 frames per second?
No, I haven't yet. No, I haven't even tried it yet.
Okay, I'm about to try it after this. But Rich, did you try it?
Yeah, I didn't try it yet either. But maybe that's good for YouTube. I know people complaining about frame rates and resolution, so yeah.
Yeah, people are gonna go in with those comparison videos now. Like I think, you know, with where they compare to games or whatever. Like, that stuff's gonna be popular, and I mean any gameplay video in general, you know, it's gonna be really good to see what 60 frames is, you know, like and stuff when you're watching the video.
That's gonna be the people comparing the Xbox One version to the PlayStation 4 version. Yeah. Well, it's all right. One of the other last things I was going to say real fast about you know, you was going to say something about Dying Light getting canceled for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. I think that needed to happen, and I'm going to say this right now. I got respect for the 360 and PlayStation 3 system, but now these developers need to transition to next gen, because there's a couple games that came out this year that they had the dumbed down versions on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Perfect example, Shadow of Mordor, the game that you just mentioned. That Nemesis mode is not in the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 version, so why is the game even out on that platform?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like something huge to take away from that game, to be honest. Like,
it is.
Can you even still enjoy that game without Nemesis? Or?
Yeah, if you take that out, then that game it's nothing. It's just a game where you run around and kill orcs. The thing that makes that game so good is that new AI system. That's what makes the game.
Yeah, exactly. The developers they gotta you know, stop thinking about the money they could make with the older consoles and take the risk to put the stuff out on the newer ones, because when it has features that are missing and stuff like that, that's not good. That's a bad reflection on the company. you should want to put out your best product, not a product just to make money, even though it doesn't have the same stuff in it. That's just not a good decision. But that's all I got to say about that particular topic.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So any more final thoughts before we get out of here? David?
I guess final thoughts for me would be, if you have a PS4, you need to try out SharePlay. That is the big thing for me right now. Like I haven't tried it out on some games that would require very, very precise timing yet. Like shooters, I'd imagine it might be a little bit more difficult. Madden, for example, that game might. I don't know. I haven't tried it. It seemed like Swift, you didn't have too much trouble with UFC, and that's kind of a fighting game. So,
Yeah.
if you were able to play that one, then that's a good sign. I know when I was trying Last of Us, the aiming felt like there was a tiny, tiny bit of a delay, but it was also more difficult because he was playing it on like the hardest difficulty. So, I overall, I would say that this is great to play games together and to try out a game. I wouldn't recommend looking to play an entire game this way. You could, theoretically you could, but I don't know if I'd really recommend that. But overall, I think everyone needs to try this out and see what it's like, because it's unlike anything I've ever experienced. Like it's crazy.
Definitely, I co-sign that for sure. Richard, any final words?
Oh yeah. Well, I would have to agree. I haven't tried it out, so I will try it out after this show. I would just like to tell everybody, don't go crazy with have fun this holiday season with the gaming. Try not to go too crazy because there is games coming out in February, so you have to be mindful of that. But have fun. There's a lot of stuff coming out now. I don't want to hear no more controversy being talked about online with certain stuff I'm not going to bring up in this chat. But yes, I want people to enjoy the games now. No more controversy. Just enjoy this time, play games, have fun, and enjoy life.
Yeah, going back to that point about don't going crazy buying stuff. Like, there are some games that are coming out that you can wait on and just wait for the price to go down. You don't have to buy something as soon as it comes out. Wait for reviews. Wait to see what your friends think if someone else gets it. You don't have to go out and buy a game just because it's releasing.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to stop, because you have games that aren't really that great that sell amazing because of the hype.
Yes.
And that's a problem with our industry.
And you have games that are not worth the price, aka Evolve. Sorry, don't want to say it, but I gotta say it. Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to give shout outs to all the people who comment on the podcast and stuff. So Other Zinc, Chestnuts, Seth, who else, man? Magnum. All you guys. Shouts to all you guys. Real quick, I just want to predict some of your comments for this week.
Oh,
Even if you're like, where's Michael A? Where's Edward? Or it's like, where's Charles? Where's Austin? You guys need to post the show quicker. Where's the download link? Those are some comments you can say this week. I know that. But yeah, shouts to you guys. You guys make me motivate. You actually motivate me to keep doing the show. So thanks to you guys and your comments and everything. And also, real quick, I just want to say something important. I feel like, if you're a gamer and you own a PS4 and you own an Xbox 360, you really need to get a gaming PC. That's my final word.
Uh-oh. Shots fired edition.
Right,
you want to talk about exclusives?
Yeah.
That's what you need to get right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's episode 97. We'll be back next week. Hope you enjoyed the show. Peace.
Peace.